Hey everybody, Dr. Ko here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a continuation to the what if that I made a while back, and that is what if Naruto was a Uchiha part 2. Now as usual guys, if you guys can please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, leave the bell notification on so you guys can be the first to get my new content. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'll bring out a message or a video this week exclaiming or explaining what has gone down these last couple of days or weeks on why I haven't made any videos. Okay guys, I hope you guys all understand, and I hope you guys all are doing well. Okay guys, but yeah, without further ado guys, let's get into this next part of this what if, and that is what if Naruto was a Uchiha part 2. Now let's begin. Now, a brief recap. What happened is because Naruto is an Uchiha, everything has randomly changed into a different sense. Bear in mind, Naruto is much stronger and he had love in his life, okay? That's pretty much a brief recap. But if you want to know what happened previously, check out the last video that I made and then jump into this next part, okay guys? But yeah, without further ado guys, let's get into this next part, okay? So let's begin. Now, after Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura have declared their goals to Kakashi, Kakashi gives them a rules upon what they need to do: go to sleep, don't eat the next morning, and meet at the training grounds. And so they do. And so when Naruto and Sasuke go home, this is when they have an interesting conversation. They have an interesting conversation on what happens when it comes to their two ideals, you know, with Naruto when it comes to Itachi, and when it comes to Sasuke and Itachi, right? So Naruto and Sasuke, they head back home and they go to talk about it. Sasuke kind of keeps it tight-lipped on what he is planning on doing. In fact, he doesn't even really try to remark anything, but Naruto, being his brother and being annoying, Naruto gets it out of him. Naruto goes to him, "Hey Sasuke," and Sasuke looks at Naruto and goes, "Yeah?" And he goes, "I have a question." And he goes, "Get it out, spit it out there Naruto, what is it?" And he goes, Naruto goes to Sasuke, "So, what did you mean you're going to kill our brother? You're not going to ask questions? You're just going to go straight for the kill? Nothing more?" And Sasuke goes, "Of course. Why is that? Why is it such a surprise for you, Naruto?" Naruto looks at Sasuke and he kind of gets him angry to the point where the Sharingan activates. And he goes, "That's kind of stupid, you know. He's still our brother." And Sasuke stands up and goes, "Yes, he's still our brother. Doesn't mean nothing. Look what he did to our people. Look what he did to our clan." And Naruto goes, "I know." And Sasuke goes, "No, you don't know." And what happens is Sasuke walks away and Naruto goes, "What do you mean I don't know? I'm an Uchiha just like you." And he goes, "Yes, but your last name screams Naruto Uzumaki. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. Technically, I'm the last Uchiha in the village, if that's going to be the case, Naruto." They both square off at each other, but not in a way where they're going to fight. They just look at each other in a heated debate. But Naruto is, "Just because I have yellow hair and I have blue eyes doesn't mean I'm less an Uchiha than you are." Naruto looks saying, "My dad was the first Uchiha to become a Hokage, don't you forget?" And Sasuke looks at Naruto and he understands, of course, and goes, "Yeah. And look where they got him." And goes, "Yeah, I know that. Where it got him was saving my life and giving me a family that I would have grown up next to anyway, right?" Sasuke smiles at Naruto. Naruto goes, "Please, give me a chance to ask Itachi questions, please, Sasuke." And Sasuke and Naruto have a deep and meaningful just stare down, and Sasuke goes, "Alright, idiot." Sasuke lies down, but he breathes a sigh of anger in a sense. Naruto says, "Great." Naruto deactivates the Sharingan and they both lie down, and Sasuke goes, "You need to gain some more emotional control over yourself, idiot." Naruto goes, "Look who's talking, idiot." They both look at each other, laugh, they fist bump each other and they go to sleep. And so the day moves on when they all head out to the bell test. When they get there, Naruto and Sasuke are talking, of course, like they always do, because they're very close, you know. They talk about strategies, techniques, fighting styles, and they even talk upon Sakura, you know, what maybe she could bring to the party. Because Sasuke and Naruto's goal is to become strong enough to confront their brother, you know. And so as Sasuke and Naruto arrive and talking, Sakura comes too. She's really nervous, you know, now that she knows that Naruto is the son of the 4th Hokage and Sasuke is the famed Uchiha. It kind of makes her mind a little bit overboard, you know, and she's too nervous. Think of her as like a slightly Sakura version to Hinata, okay? And so when Naruto and Sasuke talk to her, she kind of gets nervous and she doesn't really want to talk out loud or over express herself. But Sasuke makes it a point that they have to work together. Sasuke replies, "So Sakura, what can you do?" Sakura's like, "What do you mean, Sasuke?" And he goes, "Well, what do you bring to the table in this fight, Sakura?" And he goes, "Well, if I was to put it down to nothing really, I'm a new Kunoichi. I'm new to all of this fully in a sense when it comes to battle and strategy like that." And Sasuke kind of sighs again in another angry way. But Naruto sees Sasuke's irritation and he walks over and he interjects himself and he goes, "Well, if that's the case, then we'll try to work out a way where you can work into our fighting style." And Sakura goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, me and Sasuke are close range and to long range fighters, and we have to incorporate what you can do." And so Sakura agrees. So as they come up with a slight strategy to try to figure out what they can do, and they all talk amongst themselves upon how they're going to deal with the day, Kakashi appears, to which his surprise he sees Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura talking to each other properly. He understands Naruto and Sasuke, but when it comes to Sakura, a random girl that's, well, not much random, just a useless kind of girl in a sense, in this situation, Kakashi is kind of taken aback. And as they're talking, Naruto and Sasuke deduce that at this present time, Sakura is as lethal as a feather. So they need to help her up, train her up, get her stronger, make her understand the threat of death. Like Sasuke actually puts it into Sakura's perspective by showing her how fast he is, you know. Before Kakashi came, he pretty much put her through a drill where he kind of put her in a life-threatening situation where he instantly blitzed her speed and placed the knife at her throat and told her this is how easy death is then. If you can't see this, then obviously you need to do more practice. While Naruto has a more lighter approach, where Naruto makes shadow clones and he gets Sakura to train with them or just to briefly understand, like, you know, fighting, getting into it, you know. And so after all that, Kakashi comes and he explains everything that needs to be happening. He tells them up on the bell test and the fact that that they need to get it to pass the test. And when what happens, it's Naruto that notices, "Wait a minute, Kakashi Sensei." And he goes, "Yes, Naruto? Those bells, you've only got 2. What's that mean?" And he goes, "You're right, Naruto, I've only got 2 bells. Why are you asking?" And he goes, "I'm asking because this is a test for a team, right? There's only 3 of us and 2 bells, meaning one of us will either miss out and have to go back to the academy." And he goes, There may be, Naruto. It's up to you how you figure out how to do this." And Naruto stops back and looks back and goes, "This is a trick question." Bear in mind, because Naruto's had a lot of influence from Shisui and Itachi, Naruto's likely like a logical thinker, pretty similar to how Shikamaru would be, you know? Naruto sits there and he deduces, he contemplates everything, and Kakashi is quite surprised that Naruto is so different, you know? And so as Kakashi readies himself, he goes, "Well, since we're all ready and understand the rules, let us all begin." Kakashi does that and Naruto stares, and what happens is Sasuke and Sakura drop away, but Naruto hasn't moved. And Kakashi goes, "Feeling confident of your skills, Naruto, are we?" And Naruto goes, "No, I'm still trying to figure things out." Naruto goes, "And technically I'm not really here." He makes a hand sign and the person of Naruto that stares actually disappeared immediately. And that makes Kakashi surprised. It's like, incredible, interesting, this kid just used the form of substitution, not bad. And so with Naruto in the bush, understanding that Kakashi can't be just taken on head on or stupidly, he needs to work out a plan. But unfortunately for Naruto, Sasuke is already in there trying to fight Kakashi, you know, get in there. He in a sense is the Naruto in the story, slightly, okay? And as Sasuke is fighting, he's actually causing a pretty much good stir with Kakashi. Kakashi's actually way more impressed. But he still has his book in his hand until Naruto jumps up and shoots a fireball jutsu and timed it right with Sasuke. Sasuke understands what he's just done and he jumped away for the fireball jutsu to almost engulf Kakashi, and when it hits him, Kakashi smiles and he's still reading his book, and Naruto and Sasuke are like, "What the hell?" And Kakashi goes, he smiles and goes, "See ya," boom. His substitution also disappears and Kakashi is out of sight. And so, with Naruto and Sasuke really confused, Kakashi comes behind both of them. And what happens is he kicks Sasuke in the back, and he's about to do the 1,000 years of death on Naruto. But Naruto immediately sees Sasuke flying, and he activates his Sharingan just to turn around, for Kakashi to almost stab him. But Naruto manages to jump over, And as he jump over, Kakashi looks at Naruto, and when he sees that Naruto has a Sharingan activated, he moves hand signs again and shoots another fireball jutsu. And Kakashi's quite impressed that Naruto can do change the chakra nature at this present time. You know, he's quite impressed in general. Kakashi jumps back, but then he goes, makes sense, you're an Uchiha. Naruto cracks up, and Sasuke looks at Naruto. He goes, nicely done. They both activate their Sharingan, and they're ready themselves. Now, bear in mind, Sakura's a little bit way too nervous, and she doesn't want to move at all. Like she's pretty much as useless as she is and can at this present time. And so Naruto and Sasuke are just watching. They're preparing themselves, readying themselves for another bout with Kakashi, and trying to understand each other's moves. Sasuke, seeing that Naruto's taking this a little bit more seriously, activates his Sharingan. So in turn, both Naruto and Sasuke have their Sharingan activated, and they rush into the fight. When Kakashi sees this, he puts his book away, and he uses both his hands to anticipate and fight Naruto and Sasuke without using the Sharingan, because Naruto and Sasuke are unfortunate little kids, and Kakashi utilizes his own skills against them. As he's fighting, he's like, not bad, not bad. I'm impressed with you guys' use of the Sharingan. Very good. Sasuke, as he's fighting, he's like, what do you know of the Sharingan anyway, Kakashi sensei? And he goes, I know a lot. I grew up with Uchiha. My best friend was Obito Uchiha, and he used the Sharingan as well. And they're looking at Kakashi, huh? Naruto smiles, and they're fighting each other. But this is when Naruto goes, oh yeah, I've heard about Obito Uchiha. He died in the Great War, right? And he goes, yeah, sacrificed himself to save me. Naruto goes, cool. I thought he gave you a gift. And Kakashi stops the fight, pushes Sasuke and Naruto back, and goes, who told you this, Naruto? And he goes, well, Father Fugaku, of course. And he goes, that man. Well, yes, he gave me a gift, alright, and I carry it with me all the time. I carry his will with me all the time, Naruto. Just like how you carry your father's will and your mother's will, and how Sasuke carries his father and mother's will. That's what I do as well, Naruto. Naruto's like, impressive. Can I see it? And Kakashi goes, no, not yet. Naruto goes, alright then. Well, Sasuke, when they click the next, and they're like, did you get all you need to get when this fighting started? And Sasuke goes, yeah, I think I did. And Kakashi looks at Naruto and Sasuke. He's like, what? And he goes, you guys did it. And Naruto goes, yeah, well, you understand how this Sharingan works, right? We just copied all your movements and your fighting styles, so we just need to anticipate how you fight. Naruto and Sasuke wink at each other, and they disappear immediately, and that's when the true battle begins. Kakashi's actually having to put up a good fight against these two. They're rushing around, Naruto jumping around, attacking as well. Sasuke using his interjections where he chucks kunai, shurikens, and fireball jutsus from distance. And they always swap back, and as Naruto gets pushed back, Sasuke is already in the fight, jumping back at Kakashi, and Naruto himself is running around shooting long range attacks too to keep Kakashi on his toes. And this is making Kakashi really proud of them, He thinks they're a really good shinobi team, but this is when Kakashi sees a difference in them. Naruto handles the situation in a controlled manner, but Sasuke, he allows his anger to take over. And as Sasuke thinks that he actually dominated Kakashi, he begins to proceed with the fight to the point where he grabs Kakashi and tries to place him on the genjutsu. Unfortunately, Kakashi saw this coming, and he goes, nice try, kid. Spins his feet around, he flips Sasuke into the ground, he hits the ground immediately, and then Kakashi flips Sasuke over and pins him on the back and goes, that's one down. And as he looks up, a massive fireball jutsu is heading his way. Kakashi is so impressed that he does the earth style mud ball jutsu to block it, and he gets blown up and he jumps back. Naruto lands by Sasuke and goes, Sasuke, you right? And Kakashi goes, you didn't watch your back, Naruto. Naruto says, huh? And Kakashi goes, there he goes, the 1,000 years of death on Naruto, and hits him, manages to hit him and launch him, but then Kakashi realizes this is a substitution again. And he sees Naruto behind him and goes, so that was that move. Alright then, secret technique. And then Naruto rushes up, tries to do the 1,000 years of death of Kakashi, but Kakashi smiles, turns around, grabs Naruto's hand, grabs his face, and slams him onto the ground. And he pins Naruto and he goes, it's 2 down, where's the 3rd one? And when he looks back, he finds Sakura, she puts her under genjutsu and, takes her. And as he brings Sakura across, he looks at Naruto and Sasuke and goes, well, that was easy. You guys all failed. And Naruto goes, made you look, Kakashi sensei. And Kakashi's like, huh? And the shadow clone of Sasuke, Sasuke is actually a transformed shadow clone of Naruto's. And he's like, what? And boom, hands come out of the ground and grabs Kakashi's feet. And Kakashi's like, huh? And what happens is, Kakashi looks back at Sakura to find out there's just another Naruto clone holding Kakashi's arm. And Kakashi's about to throw Naruto down. But what happens is multiple shadow clones come, and then the real Naruto tries his best to place a genjutsu on Kakashi, but Kakashi goes, "That's not going to work on me." Naruto goes, "I know, but it's distracting enough for you not to realize one thing." And Kakashi looks down. Sakura's walking right past, cutting the bells from his pants, and she rushes off with the bells. Kakashi looks at it, and Sasuke jumps down and goes, "That was too easy." The very fist bump, and Kakashi goes, "But where were you, Sasuke?" And Sasuke goes, "You didn't notice, but I was interchanging with the shadow clones, Kakashi Sensei. So I was fresh for the fight." While Naruto has so much chakra thanks to him being an Uzumaki. And Kakashi smiles and goes, "So you guys use your strengths and weaknesses against me. I am very proud of you three." And Kakashi looks at Sakura and goes, "Even you." Naruto and them all smile, they all look at each other, they pretty much give each other a high five because they actually got the bells. And Kakashi goes, the moral of this test was to test your teamwork, and I must say, I am very proud of you. Welcome to Team 7. I am Kakashi's Hatake, I am your sensei." And as Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura smile and breathe in a sigh of relief that they passed, this is where we're really going to leave the story, guys. I hope you guys like this. Please like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and yeah, okay? Thank you guys all for your support, and as usual, guys, this is Dr. Kahu saying peace.